Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Jimmy, and today we're going to be doing another Steins Gate review episode. So this episode is number 11, and a bunch of stuff happens. And I also looked, and there's like 24. This is like another. There goes into another season. I'm probably not going to have any like clips of it. I'm sorry, you probably all love the clips, but it just takes too long, and I don't finish things when I start them, so sorry about that. Alright, let's get into the review real quick. So this episode starts out with some experiments, and Hoenn is trying to distract the guy downstairs to so they can do it. And they don't distract him, and they end up accidentally turning the TV off. And they find out that the TV is actually the thing, that like TV downstairs is actually a component that kind of goes with the phone wave, and it like helps it work. Then we get an explanation of what Christina actually does for a living, and she's like a kind of a brain scientist, and she like knows all about the brain and whatnot. So that's pretty cool. And she says that she can like program the phone wave so that a person's memories can be traveled through time. So kind of instead of physically traveling through time, it's like your memories travel through time. So then like when the memories get implanted, you become that person, which is kind of cool, kind of interesting. Then there's another scene, and it's like Mayuri and Hoenn walking down the street, and Mayuri is like, well, if somebody did that, wouldn't their memories be all messed up? And Hoenn was like, well, yeah, obviously. And she was like, well, I would cry, and it kind of made me feel like maybe she like, what would happen if she traveled through time? She would be like really messed up. And there's some things that like, there's some key things in her like whole mentality that are like her manga stuff from all the way back before the whole town wasn't like a big anime town. It's like she has like these weird memories with Hoenn and like wants to keep them and stuff, which is kind of interesting. So aside from the ending, this part here is kind of the most important, I feel, of the episode. It's Christina, and she is kind of explaining to Hoenn about like her father and the things that they kind of went through. And she explains that her father and her were like co-scientists, and they were friends and whatnot. But then like she started disproving all of his theories, and he got like really angry and whatnot. First of all, that's a really bad dad or parent. If your daughter is like disproving your theories, that's a good thing, because you're wrong, so you need to be right. And I mean, he just gets angry at her for no reason. It doesn't really, for me at least, I don't really see why he got angry at her and stuff. But then you get Hoenn, and he's like, oh, well, we're gonna go over there and we're gonna teach your dad a lesson or whatever. And she's like, well, why are you nice sometimes and other times you're not? And that I understand that, because he actually is sometimes a douche. And then comes the best part. The cliffhanger at the end. The final end-all be-all of this episode. So, Hoenn goes to the store to go get some more, I think it was pudding, because he ate Christina's pudding. And while he's there, he gets this really crazy text message. And it's just like, you know too much. And he's like, what? And then, like, everything starts freaking out, and all of a sudden he clicks it, and, like, to the next slide or whatever, and it's this picture of this, like, disembodied head. And he's just like, holy mother of God. And so I'm like, what is going on? As the scene gets all sketchy, and he's, like, running, and he runs into the room, runs into the apartment. Everything's dark. It was so epic. I was just like, what is going on? I, like, stood up. I was like, no, there's no way they're dead. And then he just opens up the curtain, and they're freaking in the shower. And they're in the shower. What am I supposed to say? And so there was some other parts, like Daru was saying that kind of seemed like CERN kind of let them in, like just open the door, like, alright, let's see what you got, or something like that. And it was kind of interesting also because the part-time girl, I keep forgetting her name, she was there, and she was like, oh, well, Christina works for CERN. And so there's a couple like weird theories that are happening, and it kind of like it goes together in a way, because it's like, well, what does CERN have to do with their process, and who was this person that sent this crazy text message, and like what's going on with that. Also, Shining Finger don't remember her name, Shining Finger, shows up, and she was like really, once again, she's like really startled at like the time travel things that's going on. So there's also that. Yeah. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, what do you think of this episode? I would give it probably a 8 out of 10 for a good episode because cliffhanger at the end was really interesting. What do you think about this episode? What do you think is going to happen next? Do you think that Hoenn and Christina have something happening, like something going on? Because it kind of seems like he was more worried about Mayuri than Christina. I don't really know who has what going on, so I don't know. Discuss it in the comments or something. Do as you will. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next episode, and thanks for watching.